Hi, I'm Steve Hawkins. I'm the Director of Marketing here at the Oklahoma History Center. Behind me you see racks and racks of boxes and our collection. Within this collection there's over 130,000 items. People driving back and forth in front of the Oklahoma History Center don't even know that all of this stuff exists. All of the items here are waiting their turn to be seen by residents and patrons that visit the Oklahoma History Center. What we're going to do though over the next several months is provide a shot at what we have in our collection. There are items down here that will simply astound you. They'll present things that, again, you didn't even know existed. We rotate a lot of these items in and out of the exhibits as needed. The Oklahoma Historical Society started in 1893, and the primary purpose was to collect newspapers, to store newspapers for Oklahoma. Well, it ramped up and people started donating flags and furniture and clothes. We hope you enjoy this series. Please let us know what you think of it. And if you have any requests, again, please let us know. Thank you.
Well, essentially what I wanted to talk about today was a moment and a person from the 1930s. You know, if we think about the 30s in Oklahoma, we're thinking about dust storms, grapes of wrath, etc. So parts of life, despite the Depression, went on kind of normally. And one of the things, there was an example of that is related to the materials I brought out, which belonged to a school teacher in Tulsa. Her name was Eunice Lewis. She was assigned teaching some extracurricular phys ed sort of related activities at school, which got her into tournament archery. And so by the early 30s, she was competing in Oklahoma, local at the Tulsa Archery Club, and then regional archery competitions. And so these are some of the gear that Ms. Lewis used. This is the classic old style bow. It's one of the things that I think is wonderful about this collection and reflects on what was going on is just simply the craftsmanship involved in this. Nice hardwood, it's a backed bow. It had a sight on it for covering distances, and the edges or the ends of the bow are made out of cow horn instead of just wood tips. So there's all this sort of thing. The aesthetics of this, I think, are just truly wonderful in terms of detail. And here's another one of Eunice's bows for tournament activity. You can, let's see if I can place one of the little sights out there so you can see, okay, if at long range with a tournament bow, they were using a little gizmo to sight into the bullseye. And this is another beautifully made longbow. In addition to that, this was a classic case for carrying the accoutrements of tournament archery. And one of the things that really knocks me out about these are simply the arrows themselves. Now, as a normal Okie kid, I grew up with bows and arrows. And, you know, whether we got it at the local sporting goods store or TG&Y, arrows were just pretty plain sort of affairs. But you look at this as a classic 1930s tournament arrow. The colors of the arrow were done especially for her so that they would easily be identified as opposed to somebody else's arrows. And they're not just a straight piece of wood like a dowel. You can see down here there's two different kinds of wood leading to the tournament style tip. Each of these are handmade, again with cow horn nocks on the end. So these are not your average sort of run-of-the-mill arrow. These came from Craftco in Tulsa, by the way. But they're taken singly or as a group. These are really rather beautiful kind of things. So here's a look at those. Now, Eunice not only participated in these tournaments, but she came out with the goods occasionally. In 1933, 34, 1936, she placed in the upper echelons of various tournaments in Oklahoma and the region. This one is the 1934 TTAC, which is the Tulsa Archery Club Class A women's event. So she was not only an archer that taught it at school, but in her own right, she was good at it. One of the things that's really telling, I think, about this whole business of archery is you can also see how small Eunice's hands were, but these were the gloves she used for pulling the string and shooting arrows. It's a wonderful collection at all. And they came to the Oklahoma Historical Society not directly from Eunice, but late in life, Eunice lived in Norman, Oklahoma, and her next door neighbor really thought a great deal of her. And Eunice said, well, I've got this stuff and I don't know what to do with it ultimately. And her next door neighbor said, well, why don't I talk to the Oklahoma Historical Society? And we, of course, were delighted to bring these items in as samples of 1930s recreational activity, as organized event activities, and also most particularly as women involved in sports. And the photographs that we have in our archives division that go along with this collection are really wonderful. I mean, Eunice was stout. You could picture her there with the bow ready to participate, and the scenes are just classic with the bullseye targets in the distance and the participants dressed in white, all standing in rows ready for their turn to head for the target. So the whole thing was really, really quite dynamic. So we're thrilled to have these in the collection now and to be able to tell Eunice's story with future generations.